Hey, this is Ash Wechter. Here's another episode of me reviewing some landing pages and Facebook ads. So first, let's take a look at the ad that I saw on Facebook. I'm gonna put on my reading glasses here. Um, so here we go. It says, "Whatever your mission, make it real with Airtable AI." And it says, "Moon landing, take your business to new heights." And then it says, "Try Airtable today." Now, this is really indicative of brand advertising because they don't really say anything, and it really doesn't make a lot of sense. Whatever your mission is, make it with Airtable. I get the idea of mission, like whatever your goals are, or whatever you want to do, but it's really vague. And then it says moon landing, take your business to new heights. All right, take your business to new heights. I'm familiar with that phrase. Moon landing. I don't know. It doesn't really intrigue me. Let's take a look at the bottom. Airtable is a low code platform to build your next gen apps. Blah blah blah. Okay, then it goes on and then, okay, so we're gonna click on the ad. I had to actually make a screenshot because Facebook does not let me use Loom to record. Okay, so we're gonna look at the landing. So let's just say I was curious enough to click on this. Let's see what we get when we get to the Airtable website, their landing page. Let's just be very clear about this. If you're going to have an ad, you better have a very clear landing page, not just a not just the your website or whatever, you know. So, all right, so we're going to take a look at their landing page, which the reason why I say that is because it looks a lot like their website. Okay, so here we go. This is their landing page. I'm just going to scroll through it, just like what anybody else would do, just to kind of see, you know, what's the shtick. And it basically looks like a website. You can see all the links down here. This is what we call the leak in the bucket, conversion leaks. Sorry, these are conversion leaks, and then you got all these at the top, all the menu items. So basically, there's like dozens of things to do, and there's no specific call to action. There's no specific things they want you to do. It's just just signing up. I mean, you get the sign up for free. Um, just this is like I said, it's indicative to a lot of brand advertising. It's not really like direct response. I had written a book about how everything's direct response today. I mean, it really is because you're reading something, you're clicking on something, and then and people, if they're reading something, they're clicking on it, they're interested. So let's just drill down on some of this stuff and look at the copy and see if if it's making a mark. So digital operations for the AI era. Create modern business apps to manage and automate critical processes. Once again, it's another business jumping on the AI bandwagon. I mean, where were you 5 years ago? I don't know. Maybe you were around. Then you get your standard, so much of this stuff is just so hackneyed, it's not even funny. Like all this stuff, I guess it works on people. I mean, um, you know, all you have to do is advertise on any of these, on any of these platforms, and you can put their logo on your website, and that's what a lot of people do. Anyway, moving on. Agility at scale for every function. Connect to end-to-end processes across platforms. All right. I'm not really in this market, so it's hard for me to make an accurate judgment on this. Um, what I can say is there's a lot going on, and I guess you made me aware of your website, which is I guess kind of nice, and that's really I guess what the campaign is about. It's about awareness. And these are the type of businesses before the internet that would probably advertise maybe in a magazine or a newspaper and just say, "Hey, we're here," and and get the name out. But here's the thing that I always think about all the time is, and Dan Kennedy says this very, very well. He says, don't try to build an audience to sell a product. Sell a product to build an audience. And that couldn't be true. And that's why there's lead magnets. That's why you have tripwires. So if you're a small business, don't do this. Okay. If you're a business, I mean, they're probably, maybe a multi-million dollar business. They probably have investors. They're probably using investors' money to run these crazy campaigns that kind of probably have very low conversion rates, probably 0.0005% conversion rates. They don't really, it's just keeping the name before the people, and a lot of these things just don't succeed. I mean, Airtable today is going to be Airtable today and gone tomorrow probably, because they don't have a specific offer, and they're trying to build an audience to sell a product. Like Dan's, and Dan Kennedy says, sell a product to build an audience. So sell them, get them in the door, get them, a lead magnet, a specific lead magnet that solves a problem today. What is their biggest problem for this audience? What is their biggest problem? Give them a lead magnet. Maybe it could be in a print form, it could be a video, it could be maybe a webinar. But what is their biggest problem? That's that's the way to execute, um, to take advantage of, like, the environment we are working in today, the internet. I mean, you're taking advantage of that. You have an ad, people can click on it. Now it's not just it's on TV and you can't do anything about it. Like as a consumer, you can't just look at it and then you can't do anything. Now we can take action, right? So back, 30, 40 years ago, people weren't just going to jump off the sofa and go to the grocery store or, whatever store and buy your product. So you built awareness. You were building awareness. You were putting the name before the people. And that's how a lot of it was done. I mean, they still had infomercials, but they also did brand awareness, because not everybody's just going to jump off their sofa and go buy a product, or if they couldn't buy a product, you know, from a phone, whatever, direct response. That's the way they did it. But now everything today is pretty much direct response. People are going to, investigate. They're going to check you out. And the best thing you can do is get them on your website, which is what this business did, obviously, and try to solve a problem right away. Get them involved, and that way you can, once you get that lead, you can email them, and then you can, touch all these things. So that's just my view as a direct response copywriter and marketer. I don't know this business, but I do know, there's people who build million-dollar businesses by doing what Dan Kennedy talks about. Russell Brunson built ClickFunnels to a multi-million dollar business just by following what Dan Kennedy says. Don't build an audience just to sell them a product. Sell them a product to build the audience. So this product may be different, but I don't see how it could be any different. I mean, I think that strategy of selling somebody a small product or getting them into your funnel, I think it works for pretty much every business. Anyway, I'm going to keep this short, under 10 minutes. And so that's my view on that. Thank you.